Welcome to this edition of Collier Focus. On today's show, we'll take a look at the September 11th Board of County Commissioners meeting. Contracts for traffic signal upgrades at several intersections are approved. And we'll take you along to an offshore reef cleanup. I'm Troy Miller. We'll cover these stories and more next on Collier Focus. Stay tuned.
Whether reporting on the latest news stories or hot issues, taking a look at county government or announcing what's happening around the county, this is Collier Focus, bringing government home.
At the September 11th Board of County Commissioners meeting, the board voted to award a construction contract for a bridge replacement on White Boulevard over the Golden Gate Main Canal to Zepp Construction Incorporated. The purpose of this project is to replace the existing White Boulevard bridge over the Golden Gate Main Canal due to years of accumulative structural deterioration. Those deficiencies have been documented by the Florida Department of Transportation.
We've been working on this project for about 2 years. It originally included improvements to the 23rd Street as well. The concern with this project was when we did the 23rd Street temporary bridge, which was ultimately going to be permanent, it required road improvements on 23rd. So with this economic time, we've scaled it back just to be a temporary crossing on 23rd and the full replacement on White, saving us about $3 million for the county. And we're also doing the accelerated bridge project, so it'll get done a little faster.
Construction is expected to start in December and last about 6 months, finishing before the next rainy season. On the consent agenda, the board approved 3 Pine Ridge intersection signal upgrades. The intersections are Pine Ridge Road at Airport Pulling Road, Pine Ridge at Pine Ridge Crossing, and Pine Ridge at Naples Boulevard. We stopped by traffic operations to see why the upgrades are needed.
There are several criteria that goes into play in order to rebuild these intersections or to rebuild any intersection. First and foremost, the criteria is depending on the issues that may have it occurred, be it there's a span wire, if it's a span wire intersection where there can be some issues with the storms or hurricane. Last hurricane that we had with Wilma, and we noticed that one of the largest problems with our intersections were the span wire intersections. They were damaged, and they were damaged to a point where they needed to be rebuilt or put a new infrastructure in. And with the mast arm implementation, there is a better, it's much better, much safer for both the pedestrian, the traffic, or those that are traveling our roadways when a storm or any type of a large wind or any type of severity storm will go through. We notice that the ones that are on mast arms are surviving much better than those that are there.
The work will take place in the spring and will not negatively affect traffic flow. The board discussed the reconsideration of the proposed Immokalee area master plan amendments after hearing from staff and the public. Commissioners discussed several changes to the plan before eventually voting to continue the item to the next meeting on September 25th. Now, the state mandated deadline for passing the amendments is September 27th. The board approved a proclamation recognizing the United Way of Collier County for its outstanding contributions to the community and wishing continued success for the 2012-2013 season. The United Way of Collier County plays an important role in the lives of many Collier County citizens.
The United Way is actually an organization that raises funds, and they help all the other organizations that actually help the individual people. One of the best things about the United Way is that the organizations that they give funds to actually help one out of 3 people in Collier County. And you don't have to be needed, you don't have to be poor. It could be anybody from an abused child to somebody who needs help with a child that's maybe having some difficulties in school. That's what the United Way is about. It's about helping the citizens, especially the ones in Collier County.
Come out to the United Way Walk at North Collier Regional Park on September 29th at 8 a.m. The cost is $5 and includes a t-shirt. There will be many fun things to do for the entire family. The board approved a proclamation designating September 17th through 21st, 2012 as Industry Appreciation Week here in Collier County. The proclamation was accepted by Michael Reagan, who is president and CEO of the Greater Naples Chamber of Commerce, Michael Wynn, who is also a chairman of the Greater Naples Chamber of Commerce and co-chair of the Partnership for Collier's Future Economy, also by Edward Morton, co-chair of the Partnership for Collier's Future Economy. The board recognized the Hattinger Company as the new Business of the Month in Collier County for September. The Hattinger Company was established in 1931 and is a locally owned family-operated business that employs 40-plus people. Hattinger Flooring and Area Rug Gallery in Naples is the largest flooring store in the state of Florida with more than 30,000 square feet of showroom space and a 21,000 square foot warehouse. Congratulations to the Hattinger Company for being Collier County's Business of the Month. One of Collier County's most popular fishing and dive spots received its annual makeover on Tuesday, August the 14th. Collier County Coastal Zone Management, along with the University of Florida Extension and the Sheriff's Office, as well as others, took part in the annual reef cleanup at Santa Lucia Reef, just south of the Gordon Pass. Santa Lucia's prime location and abundance of fish species make it one of the county's most heavily fished reefs. However, in return, it collects a lot of debris.
We're heading out to the Santa Lucia Reef today to do a cleanup on the reef, specifically removing things like cast nets, fishing line, and boat anchors. We've been doing this since about 2008, and it's really been a joint project between University Extension, Coastal Zone Management, Environmental Services, as well as other local fishing captains, City of Naples. So it's an opportunity for us to clean up the reef, because we know that obviously discarded lines and nets can be a hazard to marine life, but it can also be a hazard to fishermen and divers as well. So it's really an opportunity for the county to play an active role in keeping its reefs clean. So the Santa Lucia Reef is one of the most heavily used reefs in Collier County. It's only about 2 miles out of Gordon Pass, which is certainly one of the most heavily traveled passes in the county. And a lot of times fishermen stop there. It's an old Cuban turtle boat with pilings on top of it. It only sits in about 25 feet of water. And so a lot of fishermen stop out there to get their bait on their way to go further offshore. So because of those pilings, a lot of times cast nets get stuck on it. So we work in teams, just from a safety point of view, and we actually bring down nets or baskets that have lift bags on them. So we collect as many nets as we can, put them in the baskets, and we actually fill the lift bags with air to bring them to the top, where our support from the surface helps us get into the boats. The great thing about artificial reefs, it really provides a lot of access for fishermen. So whether it's a couple miles offshore or going 20, 30 miles offshore. So it really does provide opportunities for fishing. It does provide habitat too, and that's an important aspect. So even diving, really great opportunities to see some really large fish, whether it be sharks or Goliath grouper. But as far as the county, it's really an economic engine. We got about a good 400 or 500 pounds of debris, about 4 boat anchors, a crab trap, I'd say at least a half a dozen cast nets, and just several feet of fishing line, hooks, and lures. Beer bottles as well.
For a full list of all of Collier County's artificial reefs, go to colliergov.net. Well, that's all the time we have on this edition of Collier Focus. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
You're watching Collier Television, bringing government home.
Collier County libraries are a great place to feed your inner bookworm or dragon. If you wander through the endless bookshelves, you may find romance. You could get attacked by zombies or wind up in nerd camp. So after you get your hands on that page turner, you'll need to check it out. Then, once you're finished with it, don't forget to bring it back to the library before it expires and you start racking up dreaded late fees. Well, as fun as all of that can be, there is a much easier way to enjoy all of your favorites with downloadable ebooks and audiobooks. All you need is internet access, a valid library card, and a portable device or computer.
People are really excited to be able to use our downloadable books. A lot of people now have portable devices like e-readers or MP3 players that they can use the downloadable books on, and they report that it's very convenient to use, and they're very excited to learn that the library offers this to them for free.
Public Services librarian Kathleen Dolan demonstrates how simple the system is to use.
Okay, you go to the website, which is www.colliergov.net/library, which looks like this, and then you want to click on the link for downloadable ebooks and audiobooks, which is right here. And when you click on this link, this takes you to the Overdrive downloadable audiobook and ebook page, and this is what the home page looks like. So to get started, you could either search by title or author, how you would search for a physical book in the library. or you can browse the different collections that we have. So I'm just going to search for a title. We're going to search for The Fifth Horseman. And so when I enter my search, I get a list of results. And these brief records will tell me a little bit about the book, what type of format, if it's either an ebook or an audio book. And it tells me a little bit of information about the book, including how many copies are available and how many copies that the library owns. We can see here that The Fifth Horseman ebook, we have a few different formats, and depending on what type of device that you have would depend on the format that you would pick. So for example, we have Adobe EPUB book. I'm going to simply add it to my media cart. So I'm going to click the link that says add to my media cart. And then I'm going to click the link that says proceed to checkout, because I want to check out this book on my library card. At this point, it's going to ask me to enter my library card number. And I put all digits on the front of my library card in without any spaces, and I click log in. And at this point, it's going to ask me how long I want to check out the book for. It shows 14 days here, but for ebooks I can check out for either 7 or 20 or 14 or 21 days. And then I'm going to hit confirm checkout. Now you can check out up to 10 audiobooks and ebooks on your library card, and you can also place up to 10 requests for books. Now it sends me to the screen to actually download the book. So simply I just hit the download button right here to complete the process to download the book.
Still not convinced it's easy to use? Okay. Patricia Wilcombe knows how to use it, and she is not a 14-year-old. She's 74. Today she is hosting a book club meeting at the library and showed us the iPad she uses to enjoy her downloadable ebooks and audiobooks.
I love it. I think it's very convenient. And as I mentioned before, I'm an older person, and I can do it. So I feel that anyone can.
If you need help, don't worry, the library has you covered.
We offer a lot of support through the library system. We offer classes for the downloadables. We also offer walk-in help periods at certain locations at certain times of the month where people can bring their devices, and if they have computers they can bring it in and we can show them on a more one-on-one basis. We also offer assistance at the reference departments at the regional libraries, as well as the downloadable website has an extensive help resource section.
So what are you waiting for? Visit a Collier County library today, or better yet, go to colliergov.net/library. Bill Fassold for Collier Focus.
You're watching Collier Television, bringing government home.